Welcome back to Studio F. We're on Fast Times Willy B. We're reviewing Captain America: Brave New World. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Hit it, Russ.
Russell.
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Drew with me. I've got Kory with me. And we've got one more Captain America movie to talk about, as we will be visiting Captain America: Brave New World, the latest film to hit theaters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Marvel is dead until July.
They did it again.
That's what everybody says. It's always dead until the next movie comes out.
Yeah.
It's dead until May.
They're on.
It's there till the trailer comes out.
Me, will you guys not be there on day one of Thunderbolts?
Oh, we will.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I'm
I'll
at
be
day
there.
one of every movie, so.
Yeah. Same here.
But, no, I mean, like, every movie.
Yeah, just Marvel for me.
Marvel's a heartbeat right now. It's like up, down,
Yeah.
up, down. So
Yeah.
right now we're on the long down
It's like
pause.
the pacer test.
Yeah. We might be on a really big downswing if Thunderbolts doesn't work out, but I think we're going to get back up. I think we will.
I pray God every night that we will.
But nonetheless, we've got Julius
Oh, no?
Ona.
Oh no.
He directed the Cloverfield Paradox. That's like the only recognizable
It's not
movie.
good.
Not really.
Never seen it.
So it's scary, Drew.
That's why I haven't seen it.
But I mean, it's not really scary, but it's like it's.
Space thriller.
Yeah,
Kind of,
yeah.
Sci-fi.
I guess it probably has horror in the genre, but that's not why we're here.
Sure.
Cast wise, we've got Anthony Mackie, we've got
Han Solo.
Harrison. Yeah, Han Solo. We got Harrison
Indiana
Ford.
Jones.
Yeah, all more memorable roles. We've got Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Cameo.
Yeah,
Good cameo.
good
Running
cameo.
out of people, Giancarlo Esposito.
We do have Giancarlo Esposito.
Mhm.
We
Tim
also,
Blake
yeah,
Nelson
Tim Blake Nelson, yeah,
as
from
the leader.
from Holes.
I thought
Yes.
you were going to say from The Incredible Hulk because that ties into this, but sure, from Holes.
I mean, yeah, he's in that too, but he is in Holes.
He is in Holes. Out
But
of all the roles you could have named from him,
dude, it's a classic.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
The
It's-
one
it's
where
a-
he probably looks the worst. Other
Yeah,
than this.
it's a Disney Channel classic. We also have Liv Tyler.
Yeah, that was strange.
So
And what's his face is Joaquin Torres. I can't remember his name. I forgot. He's in Top Gun Maverick. He's also good. I
yeah.
can't remember his name.
Oh yeah.
And the girl that plays Sabra.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we will. But we'll start with the good. Where do you guys want to start?
I think the only thing that's good in this movie is Anthony Mackie.
Okay.
And his suit. The suit and the shield. The way he was moving, I really enjoyed
Why'd you look
that.
at Kory when you said that?
He's holding the shield!
That's fair. That's fair. I thought you knew that Kory. I don't think was a big fan of the suit.
I'm not a big fan.
Or not the suit, I mean. Like, his
Yeah,
flying and shield.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think as
How
far
he
as
fought.
action goes, I actually
Yeah.
don't have. I actually think action done better than a good bit of these movies.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, the Falcons. I think this actually might be some of the best flying Falcony Captain America stuff.
The
Is up there.
stuff going over the Celestial, like that was
Yes.
pretty
Right,
good
pretty good,
flight
actually.
combat choreography for
Un-
sure.
Unfortunately, it looks a little like the CGI looks a little wooden. You
Yeah.
can tell they skipped a couple frames.
Yeah.
Clunky. But other than that stuff, genuinely, it wasn't enough to determine. It's worse in trailers when you're looking for it.
Yeah.
In the movie, when you're kind of vibing with it, it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
It's good. It was good. I like his first suit.
Yeah.
I like it better in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but they removed a bunch of white, and then he got a suit that just isn't white at all,
Yeah.
and that's not the suit. But you know why they did that?
Why?
So they can sell action figures. Because you can't. That's why you'll notice every movie, every character changes their suit a little bit so they can
Spider-Man,
sell more
yeah.
action figures. That's why they do that.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
This guy's a wizard here.
I thought the Red Hulk looked better than I thought. Like when I first watched the trailer, I thought it was a little patchy. I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
And I liked seeing the Red Hulk.
I miss Hulk being like that. Just a badass. I
Just
can't
like
stand...
an anger monster.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't stand smart Hulk.
See, I am a fan of Professor Hulk, and I like it,
I think it's
but
good.
I like Angry Hulk more.
Angry
Yeah.
Hulk.
I don't dislike Professor Hulk, though.
Yeah, I agree. I don't dislike it, but I think it's gone on too long, and I don't know if they cashed out on it too early, but it's just I
That's
don't know
fair.
how you can go back, and if you do, it'll
Yeah.
feel a little cheap probably.
Yeah.
And where the MCU's at right now, I don't know how much longer this continuity is going to be going anyway.
I think I like it because Mark Ruffalo's such a good Banner that he's a really good Professor Hulk.
I don't think he's a good
I love Mark Ruffalo's Banner.
Yeah, he's too jokey. That's the
I'm not the
that's
biggest
the
fan.
complete opposite.
Really? I love Mark
That's
Ruffalo.
the-
Maybe it's because I like 13 going on 30.
I
growing
love
up.
that movie
Here's
too.
the thing. And also he's great in 7 and 1. He's great at doing serious stuff. It's not him, it's the material.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with his casting, just making him jokey all the time and
Yeah.
shit.
That's
His
fair.
best stuff was in Avengers.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
now it's just not there.
Now we're getting off topic.
Anyway.
We're talking about the bad of the
This
Hulk,
is
but
on
we're talking
topic.
about the good of the Brave New
He
World.
was an Incredible Hulk, and a lot of this is Incredible Hulk, right?
That's fair.
No,
That's
it's not.
fair.
It's
That's
Edward Norton.
that's also true.
That was
Yeah.
the
I mean
joke.
the Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
and other good.
I think there's some good actors too, other than Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Like Giancarlo Esposito. I
Yes.
think,
That's what I was
I
just
think-
about to say. Yeah.
but I also think Harrison Ford is pretty good as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
one of the better parts too.
Mhm.
The guy that plays Joaquin Torres, didn't love him in Falcon the Winter Soldier. Liked him more in this.
That's fair.
Carl Lumbly. I love Carl Lumbly. I think he's great as Isaiah Bradley. The
Yeah.
Forgotten Captain America.
Yes.
I think he actually had the best acting.
I
in
liked
this.
his arc a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think he was probably my favorite part of the movie overall.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I did like Sebastian Stan's cameo, the Bucky
Mhm.
cameo. It was a little emotional, honestly, but then it came around and had a little punchline to it, which was
Yeah.
it was definitely like one of the better timed comedy in this movie.
Yeah.
Was that scene?
He said, "I love you."
Yeah,
That was cute.
yeah,
I didn't mind that comedy in this one.
yeah.
I didn't either.
It wasn't too forced.
Maybe I'm just a big
for me.
Sebastian Stan fan, but I loved that
You
cameo.
are a big Sebastian fan. I thought
I
it was
like
okay. I just don't have anything to say about it.
That's
It was
fair.
good. It was
That's
good.
fair.
It was
That's
good.
fair.
I liked the White House fight, destroying the White House. I thought was
Yeah,
cool.
that final fight in general was cool.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's it.
I actually
People are watching this right now. They're like, they're trying.
It's not that. There's some good moments like cinematography wise and stuff like that. This is actually since like Endgame and stuff. There's actually some pretty focused and narrow shots here. You know, the last time we watched an MCU like a movie and it wasn't a wide shot every single shot, I was actually kind of surprised. I was like, somebody actually tried here with some cinematography, some stuff like that. And had some darker lighting and stuff sometimes, which I think looked cool. Like the leader looked kind of cool sometimes whenever he was in the darkness when you couldn't see him.
Yeah.
I
I agree with that.
So I think as far as the look of it, other than some wonky CGI here and there, which wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, other than CGI stuff, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, I actually think.
Anything else in the good for you guys?
Not really, no.
All right, we'll hop over to the med then. This is where I'd put the CGI.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's all bad,
Mm-hmm.
but there is some rough shots.
That- I'd agree
like
with
you
that.
mentioned, some with the flight.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the final fight, I enjoy the final fight, but when it's like his wings are off and they're in that final, you can tell the background's a green screen.
Yeah. Oh my God, the part where he's talking to Thaddeus Ross.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, this is the worst.
Yeah.
Look, it was weird. Sometimes the CGI was pretty on point.
I mean, like
Sometimes
when
it
they're
wasn't.
close to the White House, all of that looked great.
Yeah.
And they didn't actually destroy the White House during this movie.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
like,
they didn't?
no, I know. But like once they get to like the cherry blossoms, that's when it starts getting patchy. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
It's the
had
cherry
it.
blossoms.
You had it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they filmed that for real. But I'm guessing with reshoots and stuff, that's why it looks like shit. I saw behind the scenes. I was like, fuck, you guys actually went here? I'm not joking. I was really shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd put the CG on the mat because there is some good, but there's definitely some bad. Not the worst Marvel CG I've ever seen, but
I'd put the score in the mat, too. Because
I'm waiting for that, brother.
Yeah.
Drew-
I am waiting
Drew
for
did
that.
not like it at all.
There-
I would probably agree with the meh.
There were
It wasn't good.
There were really good moments, and there were times where like regular conversation was happening, and it was like spy thriller music in the background. I was like, "What the
I
fuck
thought
is
there
this?"
was going to be like a scare scene every time.
I know. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
There was like.
I
real-
was like puckering my butt,
So-
like getting ready for something
They did
scary.
get caught with a jump scare.
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes they were on point, like some of the action scenes, some of the emotional scenes. They had it good, but sometimes it was like they were building up, and I'm like, nothing's happening right now. What are you doing?
a big meh for me because I don't think it was all bad, but there were some moments the dialogue was rough at times.
Yeah,
this wasn't the best written movie, and I feel
it's not
bad.
The worst.
It's not. I feel bad because I like Anthony Mackie a lot.
I
like
do.
him too.
And I just want
I
him.
think he's great. Yeah.
I want him to have a better written story than this.
I think he might do great in a team up where he's
I
leading
agree.
the Avengers.
Yeah.
I
think
like
that,
the idea of him assembling the team. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
I think
Because
he might be in his bag there.
you know, they talk about it throughout the movie. He's not necessarily the strongest Avenger or the, you know, the most athletic Avenger, but he has a heart. He's somebody you aspire to be just because he's putting everything he has on the line. And that's why I think he'd be a good leader for the Avengers. And like you said, I feel like just a team up movie.
My favorite thing about Sam Wilson that separates him from being Steve Rogers, because they say multiple times in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Endgame and in this movie, where no one's going to be Steve Rogers.
No.
Steve Rogers was kind of like the Superman of the Marvel Universe, where there's no one else that really has a heart like that dude. Genuinely. There's like, that is like, it's, to everybody else, he's like a walking god almost.
Yeah.
It's unachievable. Sam Wilson is a lot closer to like the average guy you can relate to who just has a really great heart.
Yeah.
It's like he's more relatable than Cap because of that, because he
100%.
he grew up as a regular dude with
Yeah.
irregular parents and so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was more towards the first half of the movie too. Like the intro scene was roughly written for me. And I just don't think a lot of the comedy was written well either. I was not a big fan of the comedy. Like
I think
I didn't hate it, but I can't
towards the
remember
end,
some of it.
yeah.
like Anthony Mackie would have like
Yeah.
a good line or two.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
Yeah,
just glad they didn't.
I heard
force
you
it
and
down
Chris
your
chuckle
throat.
at one thing, and it made me chuckle.
Oh, the scene where they're riding in the limo, I will agree with the dialogue.
Oh,
in
that
that
was
scene, I was
horrible.
like, oh, this is grating to
Horrible.
listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, I'll put Suits in the meh because in action, that Falcon suit isn't horrible. I'm talking about Joaquin Torres. Isn't as horrible as I remember, but I still want a more accurate suit, which they kind of tease at the end of the movie, more accurate. So there's that. And as far as Anthony Mack, like his blue suit is like, it's a good looking suit. It's just you want him to stand out from being Steve Rogers Captain America.
Yeah.
Keep with the white motif. You could change things about it and keep it to be white. But also, I guess it's supposed to be a stealth suit. So I don't know. I'm not trying to justify this for you. You wanted to sell fucking toys.
You guys got anything else in the meh?
Act 1 and 2.
That's fair. I'll lump that in with pacing too. Those first two acts feel like a year long.
See,
The brother Chris fell asleep.
Yeah,
So,
he did.
I'm gonna put pacing and editing in the meh because weirdly enough, even though the movie is about 2 hours
Hour
to fly,
58, yeah.
I felt like that movie was fucking flying.
Really?
The entire movie, dude. No
I
bullshit.
did not.
From
Yeah.
beginning to end, I was like, I feel like this movie is not slowing down at all. Like, to the point that whenever it gets to, like, the act with the Celestials and whatever, I was like, is this the final act already? This is weird. The pacing was, like, I thought it was super, super, super fast.
I felt like a kid at school, like looking at the bell every 5 minutes, hoping.
I'm with Drew on this one. So it's definitely in the meh, because
I thought it was paced weirdly fast, like too fast, actually. Which I know you guys obviously are going to disagree with that after hearing that. But, I don't know. You think about, Winter Soldier, there's times where Captain America breathes, where Steve is, goes to his apartment, whatever. And those scenes are boring, but it does,
well, that's probably because the dialogue's a little better in those scenes, too.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just, it just felt like it was always building this movie, but not in the best way,
That's fair. I agree with the ending. It was a little choppy at times.
It was the best way I can explain it, instead of Captain America the Winter Soldier, it's one good giant big breath, that feels amazing. This one felt like taking 20 breaths in that one breath that you could have. You're still breathing, but you're it's different. It's different. Yeah. All good.
But bad then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What do you got?
The
Soundtrack score?
score. The frickin' score was god awful. I felt like it was a kid using CapCut for the first time, just trying to find songs for his Minecraft video.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me.
Royalty free.
Yeah.
On that, I think the sound mixing was terrible.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Between the score and the dialogue, I was like, dude, this is bad. It's the worst I've seen in an MCU movie. Yeah. Straight up. The mixing was atrocious for some reason.
I'm going to put the intro in the bad. To me, the intro had bad dialogue.
The
but
action
also,
scene? The intro action scene?
Yeah. Like, before the title. Everything before the title card.
I don't remember specifically what was where what.
It was just...
Was it the Giancarlo Esposito, scene?
Giancarlo.
I know. I could totally fuck that. Are you talking about the scene where they go get the adamantium in the little canister thing?
Yeah.
Is that the opening scene?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You didn't like that scene?
The action was good, but for some reason to me, the camera was really grainy. And I was like, God, I hope the whole movie isn't like this. And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It cleaned itself up. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I was watching, I'm like, man, this movie looks like it was filmed on 720p on YouTube.
What could have happened?
30 frames
It's
per
like,
second.
it's good, but it's not the best.
They could have distorted it because, sometimes in movies, they shoot something and they go, wow, this is too wide. And they have to zoom in to try to get a better shot that they liked. It could have been that, just to sort of the image. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
But that coupled with, I didn't like the dialogue in it either.
I don't even remember any of the dialogue.
It wasn't a great hook. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry. I liked it.
Can we all agree?
Are you going to say what I was going to say?
What were you going to say?
Saber.
Okay,
we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, what are you going to say?
Yeah. I'm going to say Stearns.
Yes.
The leader?
Yeah.
I mean, the look isn't, again, there's, I guess I didn't know this. There are versions where he does have that, a brainy look to him.
No, I know
But
that.
still, one, he's missing a big head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And two, he's missing, I guess sometimes he doesn't have the hair or whatever. That's just not the look anybody really knows. We all associate the big-headed, green, alien-looking fella with the little, tweedy little mustache.
Megamind meets Neocortex type look.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That's what I was hoping for.
That's what, early images of that leaks, he was going to have that, and they changed it for some reason.
He wasn't green enough either. You pointed that out. He was not green enough.
The greenness I didn't have a problem with. The early images of him, he was just like a piss milky yellow green.
Yeah.
That wasn't green enough.
Dew.
The green that he had was fine enough. It wasn't Gamora, but it wasn't backed up too much.
I'm putting him in the bad. Not like his character and acting or anything like that, but the look. I did not like the look.
I thought Tim Blake Nelson was good.
Yeah, I thought he did
and I actually think the writing for him, I actually think he was a good villain, genuinely. Yeah. But yeah, the look was just, again, that's just
underwhelming.
Just why that look? That look was really underwhelming to me, especially when I saw the leak of what it was going to be, and I was like, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But again, the other hope is he's still alive, and it kind of seems like he's probably going to maybe come back.
Progress into that.
So that's what I'm thinking, is maybe he'll evolve into that, which isn't horrible, because again, both looks have happened before, but let me see that tweedy little mustache.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Start with yours.
You know what? Before we say Saber, I'm putting this in the bad. Give Thaddeus Ross that fucking mustache. What's that fucking bullshit they gave us in the movie where they gave it to him for a second with CGI?
Well, Harrison, because they wouldn't elect him if he had a mustache.
Okay, he gets elected. Now he's like, tricked you. I'm growing a mustache. Yeah. Just grow it anyway. You don't have to shit. That didn't have to be a plot point. Who gives a fuck?
I feel like Harrison Ford doesn't want to rock a mustache.
He said in interviews, he said, if they had asked me to grow a mustache, I 100% would have grew a mustache.
Oh, really?
Which is why I'm mad about it. It's because I could see Harrison Ford's too famous and whatever. That I would have been like, that's annoying, Harrison, but whatever. He said that he would have done it.
Yeah. That's fair.
So that pisses me off. But at least we did get to see it for a second, so I could at least kind of. But Sabra, I think, was atrocious. I think the woman who acted her, I'm so sorry. I think you were bad.
Yeah.
In general, I just don't think not a good time to introduce that character either.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, she's I'm not going to comment on this, but she's specifically an Israeli soldier and all the stuff with Palestine or whatever. It just makes for a weird, gross whatever. And then they changed her background and stuff and said she was a widow. I'm 90% sure that's not true from the comics. I just didn't like her in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't
also,
like anything about
anytime
her.
she's in a wide shot, she looks like she's 3'6".
Yeah, she looks 5'2".
Yeah. That and you saw me and Austin laughing during the movie. She looked like she was a bobblehead.
Yeah.
They okay, first of all, if you didn't know this in Hollywood, as an actor, your chances are better if you have a bigger head because it translates on screen better, apparently. So most of the actors you know.
Willy, you're going famous, buddy.
I'm going to Hollywood.
So most of the actors you know and like, they're shorter and they have a big head.
I'm sure.
That lady's head must be the size. That lady's head must be the size of a beach ball to look that atrocious. We were laughing because it looked like they CGI'd on her head to be bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
They also didn't give her an accurate costume. Again, I'm not a fan of the character anyway, but let me see the costume. Don't give me a fucking, agent outfit with cargo pants or whatever, but she's kind of like white and blue and black. That's crap. Stop half-assing it.
Yeah.
It's just weird. All of it weird.
I wasn't a fan of her either.
Shouldn't have included her.
Yeah.
And then also, I guess we should bring this up that they reshot this movie like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, you could tell. It actually wasn't. It wasn't as noticeable as I thought it was going to be. Genuinely. But I mean, now that I know that, it's like I wish I had known that. I feel like some cracks would be sealed up a little bit for me. But knowing that, I see it.
Yeah.
The Serpent Society was completely cut out, which is like Sam Wilson's first storyline.
Honestly, like,
Just a bummer.
the thing that really bummed me out with this movie, I know I talked about how it felt long. I think I would have appreciated it more if instead of that 2 hours, how you said it was just always action, they took some time to explain what was going on politically. That's what I loved so much about Civil War, is when they're talking about the Sokovia Accords. This one, like, they're just flying through, and you can piece together what they're talking about, but it would have been kind of cool if, like, there was more of that meeting base, and, like...
That's what I'm saying by the pacing was too fast. Like, just, like, some time to, like, really reflect on where the world's at, and maybe get some more, like, character-driven moments,
Yeah.
Especially, like, Joaquin and Sam got quite a few scenes, but, like, a scene of them really just sitting down to talk about, like, boy, this shit's really fucked up. Like, something like that,
Yeah.
Just missing some of that stuff, but, yeah.
You got anything in the bad, Ruby, other than the score?
I mean, was this a Hulk movie or Captain America movie?
It was a very Hulk, incredible.
It was a Hulk movie without Hulk.
It's essentially this movie is essentially a sequel to the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, for
weirdly
sure.
enough,
For sure.
that's weird. Again, but that's because they were going to do the Serpent Society thing, and they ripped it. It's weird. Yeah. Maybe for the best, though. I don't know.
Captain Hulk.
Yeah, Captain Hulk.
Captain Hulk.
The Incredible America.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I'm going to put in the bad. Red Hulk in the comics has like yellow fiery eyes. They gave him red eyes. The red eyes were still cool, but I wanted to see them fiery eyes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
But it would have been cooler getting a comic accurate.
I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
And usually, I mean, there's some good like callbacks to it. Like the Red Hulk kind of like generates fire in a weird way whenever he gets super angry or whatever. There's some moments where he's like walking through fire and you kind of see it, but it's more so callback. I wish they would have like leaned into that a little more, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah. So we'll hop over to our final thoughts and ratings. Drew, you have the mic. I'll start with you. What do you want to leave off with Brave New World, and what do you give it out of 10?
I feel bad.
And how do you rank the 4 Cap movies?
Oh, spicy. Not really. It's pretty obvious. I feel bad for Mackie. Like you were saying earlier, I think he's going to be great in Avengers movie, being the captain, like the leader. I was kind of like, we were talking about this earlier. I was like, I wasn't super excited for it. Then the trailer it let me down again. But I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. And I'm going Civil War, number 1, Winter Soldier, first Avenger, then this trash movie.
6.5 is trash.
Not trash.
That's
I'm
over
sorry.
half.
In Captain America movie standards,
That's fair.
it's kind of trash.
Okay. Corey, we'll pop it over to you.
Look, I mean, I had really low standards, so actually, I was pleasantly surprised to like it a little more than what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I really was. I'm looking forward always because I love this stuff, and I love these characters, I love this universe, and I want to see these things do good. So I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't hate it nearly as much as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But again, I agree with Drew, agreeing with me that Anthony Mackie's going to be great. I mean, I wish he had gotten more stuff. I just found out he signed a 10-year deal, by the way, if you didn't know.
Damn.
Until Valentine's Day of 2035. He's still on, apparently.
Hell yeah.
Don't know what the fuck that means or looks like, but whatever. He'll be 60.
till you're 90.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It's not the most sloppy crap I've seen from the MCU. I think the story's about as tight as Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just not as fun, but no one's ready to hear that yet. You take away cameos and you take away the two leads being who they are. It's just as good as that. But I think overall I had a decent time. There's issues with it. I've seen worse in the MCU. It's sitting probably just below halfway towards the bottom. But anyway, I'm sticking. I like what Drew B said. 6.5 was about what I was at. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna say I'd say it's still worth a watch actually if you like this superhero shit.
Not in theaters. I'd wait till it gets on Disney Plus.
I think theaters is okay.
Hey, we're trying to save theaters on this channel, buddy.
But go see a good movie instead.
That's fair. Go see Hard Eyes. Anyways, how do you rank the Cap movies?
I'm gonna go. I know it's a little basic. Winter Soldier. And I'm going to separate here. I'm going to go first Avenger, then Civil War, and then Brave New World. Sorry,
got close.
Yeah, it's close.
So that was Kory's final words on Fast Times, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine like that. So he almost made it to 50 episodes, but
I did the review for that, and I said what I said then, and I stand by it now.
But no, for me, I definitely liked it a little less than you guys. I'm going to go 5 out of 10.
Wow.
I was between a 5 and a 6. It's just, there wasn't enough good for me. I was pretty bored for the first 100 minutes. Yeah. Just didn't do a lot for me. I kind of have to reassemble my mind and see where I'm going to rank it. I know it's towards the bottom, but, there's still movies I think I'd put below it that are, instantly hitting my mind. So I don't think it's the worst MCU movie. But I think it's tied for the lowest score I've ever given an MCU movie, which is a 5 out of 10. But ranking-wise, we've got the same one. I'm going Civil War, Winter Soldier, really close. First Avenger, also close. I don't know why I picked out the first two, and then Brave New World's a little down there. But
there's definitely a gap, that's for sure.
Yeah.
By at least to 2.5 points.
Yeah, we've got the first three hanging out in the attic, having a good time. This one's definitely in the basement.
He's still having an
it's
time. It's
walking up the stairs to the first floor.
Harry
Potter. He's doing a very small boogie up the stairs.
Yeah.
He's doing Gangnam Style up the stairs, and everyone else is
doing
a boogie in the attic.
He's got he's right there.
Yeah. He's right on the edge of opening that basement door.
But I agree with Drew. Like I didn't have super high expectations even after the trailer, but I felt a little let down, which is crazy. But I don't think it was a bad movie by any means. That's why I'm just going to throw it right in the middle. I don't think it was good. I don't think it was bad. I think it was just middle of the road.
That's a 5 out of 10, man.
Yeah. That'll do it for Captain America: Brave New World. Thanks for coming on. Kory, thank you for coming on. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button. Follow the social links down below. Drew's channel will also be down below. Look out. Me and Kory got something coming in the works. So check out that when it comes. I'll let you know.
And let me just say, I hate to interrupt. I know you usually do a thing here, but I just want to say what an honor to do it with you three boys on this.
Yes.
What a great time to be with you, Drew.
What a fun 4-movie run.
Yeah,
with
it was
a
great
trio
marathon.
For sure.
I'm sure
We had a
we'll
little
come back for
hangout
something.
sesh mixed in too, where we're playing some video games, watching some Spidey. It was good times.
Yep,
so,
good times.
Fast times, right?
Yes.
Too
We were
fast.
catching a 5.
We're catching a vibe. Look at that.
Oh my God!
We're
catching a
plug.
vibe in the fast times,
plug.
and I'm here too.
But nonetheless, we appreciate you all for watching. If you haven't already, go check out the first 3 Captain America reviews. Let us know what you thought of Brave New World, and we'll talk to you all soon. Peace.